That front end is absolutely ugly. The surround isn't bad, but it needs a lot of love because there's a big giant hole in the middle. So what am I gonna do? I'm going back to the 90s. I got this billet grill from Brothers Truck Parts. It's gonna be perfect for the front of this truck. It's gonna fit right here in this hole. The surrounds I can take and clean up. They're chrome plated from the factory. It looks like everything's in good shape there. And you know what, billet, this was definitely the 90s era, even into the 2000s, and it never really gets sold. On this truck, it's absolutely perfect. All right, so I got the bezels off, and really I took them off so I can clean them, give them a nice good polish, bring them back to life. The surrounds look good, couple dents here and there, but no big deal. So now I'm gonna put the grill in. It's very easy to install. Then I'm gonna put my clean products back on, finish off the front of this truck. Brothers Trucks makes it really easy, in our case, to put this billet grill on. We've got 5 holes right here on top, they're factory. Then we got the receivers right here on the grill. You got these speed nuts they provide along with stainless steel hardware so it doesn't rust on you. Put the nuts in their place right here before you put the grill in its place. On the bottom, you'll see 2 captured nuts right there. Plastic, they're still in place from the factory. They're still good. We're gonna put 2 screws down there and that'll be nice and secure. 7 bolts holding this grill in. This outside trim is chrome plated plastic, so a good wipe down, some Windex or glass cleaner will work perfect in this case. The bezels, same thing, they're chrome plated. You can see how easily it gets cleaned up. So now I'm gonna clean everything up, put the bezels back in place, put a period on this front grill. It looks really nice. Fits perfect, like it came out of the factory like this. And this front grill and surround being all nice and new and polished will give him the motivation to do the rest of the truck. Look how nice that cleaned up. Now, if you guys were entering a car show and you really wanted to polish out your front end, 2 minutes to pull this off, 4 screws, pull it off, really clean it up, put it back on, you'll get extra points at the show. I got this nice locking 3/8 from Snap-on. Put this guy in here and it'll never come out on you. That way when you're working in tight places like this, the socket won't get stuck on the bolt or nut. Now what we've done, Bobby and I, we put the brackets on the truck, everything is loose. We got the bumper on the brackets. Now what we're gonna do is tighten everything, adjusting it at the same time. Man, that looks really nice, doesn't it?
It really does.
Those are 2 nice units from Brothers Truck Parts. Nice. Really changed the whole front of the car. What about that air dam?
Finishes it off nicely, I think.
Absolutely. And you know what, guys? We did have to go to the hardware store and pick up some carriage bolts because we wanted everything to be nice and new. And if you guys want your truck to look as good as this one, remember, Brothers Truck Parts, they are your #1 source for 1947 to 87 GMC and Chevy truck parts. I am getting ready to put a period on my C10 project. Cleaning up and restoring this truck has been awesome. The interior is new. The front end looks really good. And now we got to do the rear end so that it matches everything else we've done. We went back to Brothers Truck Parts. We've got the rear bumper brackets, license plate holder, and the bumper. And I got my brother Bobby again helping me with this rear bumper because I can't do it by myself. You ready to get dirty?
I think so.
Let's try not to get dirty though, okay?
No.
All right. All right, the last item that Bobby and I have to install on this is gonna be the license plate lights. And they're gonna basically go into the holes that are right there, and they're gonna sandwich the license plate to the bracket. First, we're gonna put the wires through, then we're gonna screw the light through, and there's a locking nut on the back side. Now, when you guys are wiring this up, you wanna use small crimp style connectors that'll separate from each other so that you can always replace the license plate tag. When you're installing these, don't forget, there's only protrusion of light in one spot of it. So you make sure that when you're tightening it, that's pointing down onto the license plate, keeping you from getting pulled over. We're gonna be installing new hand cranks on this just to finish off the door panels. What we're gonna do is, the windows are all the way down, and when you install your hand cranks, you want to install it to where your knee does not hit the cranks. Because they're all the way down, we're gonna install it with this forward. The clip is already on there, so all you're gonna do is line it up on your splines and push it in. Don't forget, guys, the new crank does come with a clip, just in case you lose your other one, but keep the original one because these clips go flying in the air when you go to remove them. It's always nice to have extra ones. This turned out really nice. I gotta get a vent here, a vent there, one over here. Gotta get a new bezel here because it's broken. For the most part, when you sit in this thing and you look all around, it's new. Door panels, dash, instrument cluster, headliner, visors, the whole thing is new. It looks pretty good. Yeah, and the seat feels good, huh? 50 years old?
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad. I think you'll enjoy it. But he's got at least 2 or 3 years left before this thing's done. This looks pretty good, doesn't it?
I think so.
The bumper looks good. It's straight, considering the whole truck is not.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the squat going on in the back. You think it's this Carolina squat, but it's not. We all know that's illegal. He's working on the rear end still, and he has not welded his brackets in, so it's kind of shifted. When he welds it in, it'll raise up the rear. That QA1 suspension is going to easily be able to handle the 1,800 horsepower he's going to put in. I don't know how he's going to hook up, considering there's no weight in the back. So I'd probably remove about 1,000 horsepower. All right, what do you think about the inside though?
I like it. I like the seats a lot.
Yeah, nice. And that's where he lives, you know? When you're building a vehicle, and it's where you live that matters. Because when you're inside the cab, you see everything is nice, and the outside, you can't see it. But once he puts his 4-inch cowl hood on, it's gonna look really good. And the front end looked hideous when it came in. And so look at it now. I mean, we only added 2 pieces to this, cleaned up the rest, but look what a difference it makes. That air dam really makes a nice difference. You guys can easily do this job at home in a weekend with your brother. You go to Brothers Truck Parts, they are your #1 source for 1947 to 87 GMC and Chevy truck parts. Get everything you need. They got all the hardware and little clips you need to install all the big parts you purchase. So go out there and do it and make your truck look as good as this one does.